air is so delightful.
It's like, why are you singing in my ear?
It's Christmas time. We're singing
Yeah, why
Christmas
not?
carols.
Don't you love it?
Let it snow. Let it snow.
Let it snow. Let it snow.
I come here to get away from
I
that.
can't sing shit. Why, are you playing Christmas carols at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love Christmas carols.
I mean, they're
I love
okay.
Christmas carols too.
I love them.
The majority of them are hot garbage, but there's a few really good
the
ones.
modern ones are hot garbage. Like, when you think about it, there's only a few people that have ever succeeded in making a good Christmas carol. You got Mariah Carey, right? That one went crazy. She makes a fortune from it.
What's the Santa?
You've got. Let me finish.
Oh yeah,
You've got Tom Petty did a great one.
Okay.
You got
Tom Petty. What's the Tom Petty one?
The Eagles did. I want a Reckenbacher from Santa. That one. What's that one? That's really
no
good.
idea.
The Eagles did a good one.
Okay.
And Bon Jovi covered it. And people think it's better. And Elvis had one. That's it. Well, Elvis wouldn't be modern, but that's it. What modern person made a Christmas carol that we like to listen to?
I like the Ariana Grande ones.
That's a good one.
How's
Santa
that?
one?
What's that one? How's that one go?
Yeah, that's a.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good.
That's
I like the refrain, but the rest of the song's kind of meh. You know, like the refrain's really catchy.
But there's not a lot of
but I
modern
like the
singers that made
that she did with Mariah Carey and Jennifer Hudson. You know that one?
Oh yeah.
I don't know that one.
It's
Does anybody in the comments have like suggestions on a good modern Christmas? And what's the Tom Petty one? Does anybody remember the Tom Petty Christmas song?
No.
That's a good song.
No one
remembers.
No one knows that.
Well,
Oh Santa.
Oh Santa, that's it.
Oh Santa.
I love that song. It's such a good song.
It's Christmas all over again.
And it's like Ariana Grande, Mariah Carey, and Jennifer Hudson. It's like powerhouses.
Oh, I gotta listen to that one.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. It's just a funky,
all right,
dance around the Christmas tree kind of
well,
stuff.
I'm going to intro the show since
we're doing Christmas
Jesus.
movies today,
Oh,
right?
I mean,
we're doing a show.
Welcome to Trailer Talk. We are here to talk about trailers, not Christmas music.
Maybe this should be Carol Talk.
God. Carol Talk.
Today's the
That's
day
our
we
next show.
finally
talk
It only
song.
airs like 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah, just one
Yeah.
It's like, and welcome to Carol Talk. We'll have 2 episodes and then it's over.
The retro replay Christmas shows were fun.
Yeah,
Those were fun.
we had a good time. We
They
dressed
were.
them up. We had decorations.
We didn't decorate the set. Are we doing another one next week?
Yeah, we'll have our last one before our
We'll do
hiatus.
Christmas stuff then.
Yeah, so today we got 2 trailers we're going to watch today. This one was recommended on our circle, CouchSoup's community circle, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I think Dan recommended this one, and I checked it out. It's I'm kind of excited to watch it.
Any relation to the Brad
movie?
Pitt, Angelina Jolie movie?
Yeah, I mean relation
Starring my
in
2
the
favorite people.
Cousins? No.
yeah, Brad
Those
Pitt.
people you really wanted to watch have sex. I mean, like, come on, like, talking about, like, I wanted to watch them fuck. I mean, that was, I just
you're not wrong.
wanted that.
You're not wrong. They're
Wow.
pretty people.
Yeah.
So after we get through PJ's fetish, we're gonna then watch the Fallout trailer, which we didn't get to last week because we had a lot of trailers to get through. But this week I kind of
like to
check
be
out
a
the
little
Fallout.
behind, just so we
Sure.
can.
Listen, I mean, there were like 10 trailers that came out. We had to, it was like triage.
And that's based on the game.
Yeah, based on the highly popular video game.
Did you ever play the mobile one?
Yeah, I was really into the
who got
mobile
me
one.
hooked on that?
Felicia Day.
On the set of Con Man.
Yeah.
She's in makeup.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I was like, "We gotta go." She goes, "I can't put this down." I'm like, "What is it?" She goes, "It's Fallout." And I'm like, "Oh, let me try it." And then both of us just addicted to that thing.
That's funny. But
Guess who's having a discussion about more Con Man on Friday?
I heard.
I don't want to get anything excited or anything. But
Does his name rhyme with 2 dicks?
yep.
Schmalin Rudick. That's
Wouldn't that
what
be
it rhymes
fun?
with.
It would
Wouldn't
be
that
fun.
That would
That'd
be
be-
so fun.
In the comments, if you like Con Man,
Now it's time to speak
Now
up.
it's time to let you know. Yeah.
And you know why he opened a conversation?
Tell me.
He went back to the cons, and that's all people talked about.
That's
nice.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh.
See, fans matter. You know,
they
like
do.
they do. Like they've resurrected many a thing, and maybe this is another one that can come back.
That would be fun.
I kind of wanted to have a quick chat before we get into the trailers. I know we kind of already tangented a couple times, but the Golden Globes put out their nominees yesterday, and I'm kind of curious to get your guys' thoughts on the Golden Globes. Not necessarily the nominees, but just the Golden Globes in general, like they kind of got canceled in 2021. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a big, like the LA Times put out this thing. There was like zero diversity in on their board or in the voting, right? They're like, you have like zero black people, like hands down. Like, and everyone was like, well, no wonder these shitty movies are always winning. And they kind of like said, okay, we're going to revamp our thing. And they tried to come back in 2022, but it got like awful ratings. Like only like 6.3 million people showed up, which is pretty abysmal.
I don't like awards shows.
And then, so this year they're coming back. We have new awards. NBC's, I think, still signed on, even though they dropped them a couple years ago. They're back. I guess they're like, hey, we got nothing else to air on live television anymore. So they're back. I kind of want to get your thoughts. I mean, they kind of feels like they're trying to be better. They've brought in like 4 foreign films are being nominated, even for Best Picture. Good. They're even nominating things like, Taylor Swift's concert show is nominated for like
technically a film. It's like it's still film and media production,
Absolutely. It played in theaters. Checks a box. Although let's be fair, the Academy Awards, her film does not qualify for Academy Award.
Very true. Yeah.
Based on their rules. So I mean, let's see. Like I think there's some when you count them out, the nominations are out. Barbie led with 9 nominations, followed by Oppenheimer with 8. Killers of Flower Moon and Poor Things earned 7 noms. Succession scored 9 nominations in the TV categories. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to watch Golden Globes, or should they just have killed it when it was kind of going away and we just need Academy Awards?
You don't care? They're all public. They do campaigns on them. It's all, I don't want to say it's rigged, but it's pretty obvious who wins all the time. I could care less about the award shows.
You think it's rigged? Really?
Well, the way that they do the campaigns and talk to the people and dinner them up and
Well, that's you're saying it's like there's a lot of smoozing.
Yes. Yeah. No, when you said that they were Miramax could buy any award they wanted, they used to brag about. Yeah, I don't know. Not a fan. Could not care less. Not at all. That's my opinion. Ladies.
Yeah, I used to be such a big fan. I feel like we've had this discussion with the Oscars as well, and I just feel like recently, I just don't really have time for it. I think I'll be, I'll check who won, but am I going to watch the whole thing anymore? They get enough accolades.
I do, when there's a funny person that's emceeing it, that's interesting to watch the clips of afterwards.
Well, they killed MCs for a while.
What was Ricky Gervais?
Ricky Gervais did
he was really
best.
He
just cut to the whip.
That was so good. He just,
I don't care. I don't care. You rich fucks. I don't care.
Yeah.
Take your award. Come up, take your award, and then don't get political. Just say thank you to your God and walk off stage.
Yeah, he's such a legend. What a cool guy.
Yeah.
That was worth watching.
It was totally. And then he was never invited back.
He was
our egos are too precious for that.
And then he wasn't invited back because the first time he was like, "There's no way they'd invite me back." And then when he was invited back the second time, he's like, "I will make sure."
I don't get invited back.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know. I like award shows. I think things should be recognized for the hard work that people do in the arts. I think that is something.
And the award goes to Drew Lewis.
Yay! Thank you.
Best pop culture website on the internet.
Bella Ramsey is nominated for best female actress in a television series for The Last of Us.
Who did?
Bella Ramsey.
Oh, cool.
For The Last of Us, yes.
For The Last of Us. That's right.
Yeah, I think Last of Us got like.
I have
noms.
some gossip on The Last of Us that I am not allowed to say.
Can you tell us later in private?
Gossip. I will tell you when we're off this call.
Yes! Suck it, internet.
I got some.
Suck it, yeah.
So, due to
like you're gonna go.
we will be.
Oh my God, right back.
Or I'll be like, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah. I got some.
Also, the Taylor Swift one was nominated for Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, which I actually think is a decent category to be nominated in.
That's an MTV award kind of category.
Yeah. Kinda. It has to have grossed, I think, over 150 million or 100 million.
A sign of art.
To be no. It's a category literally designed just to draw eyeballs because it's like, hey, you're a blockbuster film, you get slotted in here. So it's like it's for the Mission Impossibles and the shit that never wins awards, right? Like for them to, exactly.
Is there no?
They never win awards.
No way. Somebody best performance in a stand-up comedy on television, Ricky Gervais.
Huh?
Nominee Ricky Gervais.
It's just an honor to be nominated.
An honor to be nominated.
I like award shows, but I also like. I feel like as I've gotten older, I just tend to watch the red carpet the most, and then as soon as the show starts, I'm like, you know what? I'll just record it. I'll come back, or I'll go watch clips and see.
Speaking of shows, not awards, and Christmas, because we were. You know what's fun to watch on YouTube?
No.
You ever go back and watch those Dean Martin Christmas specials, or you watch?
Where are you going with this?
I was just wishing I like
show. So bad. It was an interesting.
It was there. You got to watch those on YouTube. He's like fucking Dean Martin is hammered in the show. They're so good.
Do you have like a lizard brain that's like shiny thing, and then you just like scurry off to like some tangent?
I just want to talk about something interesting.
Punched in the face. All right. Well, I guess we can get off Golden Globes. No one seems to give a shit. I think award shows deserve. I don't think we need the Golden Globes necessarily. I think they've kind of lost their luster. Although they've been around, and the foreign press I think is interesting.
Do you think though that not enough credit is given to like the crew?
100%.
Yeah, 110%.
Best actors, best director,
110%.
You know, and I'm like,
I would
where
watch
the fuck
one
are the crew nominations, man?
No.
Like, there's some people who pulled.
That's the technical stuff they show the day before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they blow through it like an on screen and these are some of the things that won yesterday, and it's like special whatever, and it's awful. Like it's like a 3.5 hour show, and they do like musicals and like all this garbage, and then they should just listen. It's an award show. Award the people on TV. Let them have their day. But listen, I get it. It's a tough business. They have to get they have to get eyeballs, right? So they have to
show celebrities,
right? And so they need to show celebrities, and people want to see like big speeches, and they want to see some performances, and it needs to be a show as well. So there's that ebb and flow of it needs to entertain as well as have people get their award and be recognized.
I went to the Blockbuster Awards once.
What? That was a thing?
The Blockbuster had awards.
Fun?
Yeah, it was such a sham.
Award for...
Hey, so-and-so's not going to be here. Do you want the award?
Totally.
Oh, okay.
I would love the award.
3 awards.
It'd be like award for movie that was checked out the most based on scandalous cover. That would be like...
No, they were trying to copy that one, the People's Choice Awards, that got pretty popular for a bit.
I don't see a horror category either, and I feel like I've noticed this at the Game Awards as well. Like, shouldn't there be a horror category considering the amount of stuff that goes into these films? And
I agree.
Like some of them are really good.
Love them.
Like I just don't understand why horror seems to be neglected quite a lot. And I'm not even a horror fan. I don't really like horror. I don't watch horror, but I just always notice that they're just the ones that usually get neglected.
But then to that point, it's a slippery slope, right? Because if they create a horror category, then they have to create a sci-fi category, and they have to create but it is weird. It's like they have drama, and then they have comedy.
Yeah, I'd like to see a
comedy musical.
That was a weird category.
I kind of would. I'd like extra categories. Just
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that.
I
think that would be
Why
interesting.
are we talking about the Globe Awards on Trailer Talk?
Because it's
fun
about
fun
film.
PTV. It's trailers.
It's
fine.
It's
We
more
won't talk
relevant
about your favorite
media.
Christmas specials from the 60s then.
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't have favorite Christmas films because we weren't fucking alive, PJ,
You're
Mr.
not.
Dinosaur.
You're okay, 70s.
Oh, God.
They're funny. The 60s one's not so good. The 70s ones are hilarious for what they were.
I'm bored
This
now.
guy.
Yeah. What's next?
Well,
There you go.
Let's cue
So
up.
you've never seen Red Skeleton's Christmas special?
No.
Red Skeleton.
is that a Marvel Christmas special?
Yeah, no, that does sound like
the Red
It does.
Skull.
You've seen the Star Wars one, though.
I have.
There you go.
And it was worth it. Highly lauded. Won lots of awards. That did. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's what you did.
Mr. and Mrs.
That's
Smith,
what
let's
you
go.
Yeah. I'll cue up this trailer.
Let's go.
You guys might remember the famous movie Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie,
loved
Mr. and
it.
Mrs. But you may not know that it was actually started out as a TV show starring I forget now who it originally Scott Bakula and Maria Bello in 1996. It was a TV show only aired I think it was canceled after 9 episodes. There was 13 episodes filmed.
Don't want to watch that.
And so then the obviously the movie did really well. And this is, I think, more of a spinoff of the film. The logline is 2 lonely strangers land a job working for a mysterious spy agency that offers them a glorious life of espionage, wealth, world travels, and a dream brownstone in Manhattan. The catch, new identities and an arranged marriage. As Mr. and Mrs. John and Jane Smith, now hitched, John and Jane navigate a high-risk mission every week while also facing a new relationship milestone. Their complex cover story comes even more complicated when they catch real feelings for each other. What's riskier, espionage or marriage?
Probably marriage. So this time they're on the same agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think,
Last time they weren't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they were independents.
Yeah, they were independent. They kind of figured it out. So this stars Donald Glover as the Brad Pitt character and Maya Erskine, I believe, if I'm saying her name right, as the Angelina Jolie character. Also stars people like Parker Posey, John Turturro, Paul Dano, Ron Perlman, Alexander Skarsgård, and so many more.
Alexander.
Yeah, why don't we check this thing out and we can jump into it.
All right, perfect. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm gonna press play in 3, 2,
It's
1.
Prime. Make it bigger. Can you make it bigger?
Okay.
This is too loud.
So,
Glover's so good.
this is your first time in New York?
Should we be asking each other that?
Oh my god!
Have you ever killed anyone?
No. Not really.
Really?
No.
Okay, I love
He
that.
has.
Yeah, he has.
Glover's good.
Yeah.
The color. And the music.
Zero chemistry, though.
Romance.
Yeah.
Zero chemistry.
Well, it's an arranged marriage.
What is it to do?
I know, but still, you want them to get together.
We're computer software engineers.
I love it. I think they were gonna
Wow, that face.
Oh boy.
That face. I love the locations. This looks cool.
I should be dead.
I love
How's the intimacy between the two of you?
I'm scared.
Loaded question.
it. Who asks that question? And Sarah Paulson.
What do you think
cast.
happens if we fail
Our marriage?
our mission?
And he'll be
I like that title.
On the
design.
2nd of February. Where do I watch it? Oh, Prime. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There we
Good
go.
looking trailer.
It is a sexy trailer.
Good trailer.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say call it sexy. I mean, sexy.
Well,
in the sense of
I
the
mean, it's
trailer.
sexy with the
Good
music
trailer.
and everything, I think.
Yeah, it was a good trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think it can live up to the hype
Let
of
me
the
tell you.
2005 film, or
When
maybe
you-
even the Scott Bakula film?
When you said
Or
this title,
movie.
like I haven't seen anything about this, but you're like, oh, it's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I was like, I wonder if it's like related to the Angelina Jolie film and the Brad Pitt film. If so, I'm not interested in seeing a remake. However, given that it was based off of a 1996 like a TV show and they've like flipped it, it's not a remake. It's just a different telling of the
Yeah, so
story.
give it a different name.
No, I love it. I think it's great, and I think if it was called Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the '96 show, and that's what it's based on, and that's what it's called, I think it looks fucking dope. I'm very, very excited about this. I can't wait to watch it.
Agreed. And I think it doesn't need to live up to like the previous film's hype. Because I feel like you're never gonna live up to anything like that. You know, it'd be like somebody making a second Bridesmaids. It's never gonna be
Sure, yeah.
what it was
Yeah.
before. So you're just trying to achieve the impossible. Same with this Furiosa. Like you're trying to achieve the magic that and wonderment.
Sure.
So like this is kind of living on its own thing, and it's a very like without being like physically like sexy. Like this trailer definitely like gives you that cool suave sexiness like of like a spy thriller. Like
Yeah.
to me, like what you think of like when you think of like James Bond or like just other classic spy movies. Like this is diving into so many different things, and I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I wish it. I agree with what you're saying, and that's for that reason I liked it. The problem that's nagging on me is that I really liked the original, and I kind of was hoping it would have that same humor and sex appeal, and it doesn't have it at all. But but in what they said is like, does it stand on its own? Yes, absolutely. The trailer looked awesome. The coloring was magnificent.
Yeah.
The banter was meh, B-. But I'm too hung up on the old one, right?
Yeah.
If I just saw this the first time all by itself, I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But it doesn't have any of the charm that the other one had for me.
Yeah.
I think though this was called something different. I don't think you would make.
Wouldn't have done that. I would not have said any of that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. It does sort of. Yeah, the moment you sort of call it Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it still hasn't been long enough.
Compare.
Yeah. It's tough, right? And you're absolutely right. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, like that chemistry, and what happened from that, right? He left Jennifer Aniston because of that movie.
Somebody too?
What's
was
that?
she single?
Well, I think she was on her way out with
Thornton.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton or something like that. Yeah, already. Yeah. So it was sort of like, just like the drama around it and then the sexiness of it. Like it was a mediocre movie. It's an okay movie. It's not amazing.
That's the actors brought a level to it.
Yeah, like their status made that film what it was. So I'm leaning in your court, PJ, but it looks cool. Like it looked like those snow shots, man, that looks awesome. And like the music and like the title design makes it feel very like spy-ish, which I'm into, so I'm kind of digging the vibe of this, but I wish there was a little bit more sexiness. Like brought into it. Cause I think we've been trained from the movie to want that. Right, so that's interesting. I kind of want to throw a question out there. Like, do you feel like the premise of this works as like a series? So, and I'm just basing this off, like the original series didn't make it, right? And they wanted to do a spin-off TV show, which I think starred Jordana Brewster from the movie, the 2005 movie with Angelina Jolie. That didn't get picked up. They filmed a pilot and they're like, no. And I'm wondering if this premise just doesn't lend itself to being like an ongoing thing, because like once the reveal happens, like that they know each other, they're spies and they're married, and there's that tension, and then the action, and then they release that tension.
Where are the legs?
Like where do you guys think this is going to go? Does this sound fun to watch? Like they're dealing with marriage problems and working it out through violence. I don't know. I mean, where do you guys land?
I think it works. I think you need to have one big bad, that you're kind of like building up to. And maybe that's something that kind of gets carried out through other seasons. But I think it could work. I think if you keep that intrigue there and you keep like having the suspense or, what's to come build up, like I think it could work. I don't know. And this feels very like real to me, like more so like I feel like the movie was more dramatic, and it's just kind of like, like this feels like this is more relatable, like, as to like what they're dealing with and who like even like her, like she's so like today, like a modern day woman, like I feel like just what we are like, so it's interesting. I don't know.
What if they do the old tropes where he likes her, but she doesn't like him, and then finally she likes him, but now he doesn't like her? Like that flip flop that they do all the time.
I don't know. I don't think they would. Running. I think like it's gonna be more of did you say they were an arranged marriage, Drew?
But it just
are they going to have relationships
just based on the log line?
That would be cool.
It sounds like
that would complicate it.
Yeah, because I think because then they're just in a partnership, and then I think slowly over the course of whatever mission they're on, they'll develop feelings for each other, and they're married, so it suits their cover to do that. Like there's definitely a part in that looks sexual, but it's implied. And I was like, okay, this is like, it's cool, because it seems like either they're just scratching an itch or they're going to develop feelings for each other, and they're laughing at one point. So I think this will probably start out with zero chemistry, but I think by the end of it, you wouldn't be able to see them with anybody else. Like I think that they
are they going to do that? They hate each other thing. I hate when American movies do that. Where they hate each other and then they passionately love each other. I hate that.
I think to your point, I think it based on the log line. I mean, obviously the trailer doesn't really do a great job of setting this up, but it sounds like they're arranged. They're part of the same agency, and obviously they get sent on missions together, and it feels more like almost, I'm trying to think of another film that did this, not True Lies, which is kind of more like She Didn't Know, but anyway, it'll be interesting, I think. And the other thing that the logline says, which is interesting, is like there's like every week they're going to do a new mission, and then there's like new relationship milestones that come from that. So that's kind of interesting, right? Like you have like there's like you could see the duality of like we have a mission that's about infiltrating something, and then they have like in a relationship they have to
her.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I see where you
All
went
right,
there.
PJ. Whoa.
Maybe I.
Whoa.
You kind of lobbed it up there, buddy.
I did.
It was just like
You're not wrong.
softball.
You're
That's
not
fair.
wrong.
The gates were wide open.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think thematically, I think they could find some interesting things to do. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in for like a relationship drama
With people that I don't care to get together anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, versus like a more fun romp like the movie was. Like, what was the movie with like Cameron Diaz and like who Night and Day? Wasn't that like
with Tom Cruise?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tom Cruise, right? Like that felt fun, right? Like they were.
Did you ever see Mr. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
That
God,
was
with Sam
really
Rockwell.
So great.
That was
Yeah.
really
Kendrick
fun.
is such
Love
a good
him.
film.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Like those, like they just feel fun. Like there's that chemistry, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Like kind of like the movie with Angelina Jolie. I don't. This feels very grounded, which could be really cool,
different.
and different.
Give it. Yeah, different.
It feels
So,
grounded,
yeah,
but I think it's gonna have smart comedy. Like even
I'll
that
give 'em
opening
2
scene,
episodes.
I think they'll have like an awkward comedy.
Yeah.
I actually think this would probably appeal more to a British audience, if I'm honest.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like the comedy in the film will probably be very smart, very dry humor that will maybe even satirical in some points. Like will just appeal more to like a European or a UK market.
Yeah, and that is kind of their comedy levels. Like I feel like they both kind of lean into that anyways in their works. So yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. I feel like if the action is not like top tier, I don't know if I'm in for, because to your point, like the sex appeal isn't there for me.
Yeah.
So
the action looked okay.
Yeah, but if it's really interesting and smart action, which I could be down with, like spy shit done well is smart, right? Like it has to be very clever and well planned.
Give me
And
an example.
like
Killer?
I was wrong.
yeah, The Killer. Actually, like that movie's fucking great. Because it sets the tension on like there's so many things that have to go right, and when it doesn't go right, you see the like that's the catalyst for
Jawan. Did you ever watch it?
No, I didn't.
Fuck, you gotta watch that movie, buddy. That's some action. That's some action.
You know what's interesting, and I kind of want you to think what you guys think. Phoebe Waller-Bridge was originally cast as the Maya Erskine's character. And she left over creative differences with Glover. Do you think that would have been a more interesting show, or
no? I actually
or
love
what?
that
What do
Maya
you
Erskine's cast. I think she looks like a better match than Phoebe Waller-Bridge, but that would like lean into the fact that I'm talking about this dry British humor. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if she had a hand in any of the writing.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll give it. I'll try it.
I'm happy that Meyer got the role, honestly, and I'm honestly happy that they gave it to another POC. Spot on. You got a fantastic looking show. The trailer is well shot. It's gonna be a prime show with 2 people of color right in the center of it. I think it's great. I'm very down.
Nice. You down? You're gonna give it 2 episodes?
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for it, so which is probably good because when I don't have high hopes for things, I like them more.
I like them more.
Yeah.
Stephanie, how you feeling about this?
If I had Prime, I would give it a shot. You know.
You don't have Prime?
We'll let you know how it goes, and
anymore.
then you can log in with PJ's. PJ's log in.
There we go.
Did you get my invite, Steph? Did you ever use them?
No.
All right, we're coming. It's Sunday. I'll give it to you again.
Well, shout out to Dan for recommending. Thank you, Starkey Vash.
I think it looks great.
And
yeah.
All right.
I think it looks
Do we need to
okay.
take a commercial break?
Yeah, 1 second. I mean, I just want to say that the 2005 film made like 478 million. The original TV show only lasted 9 episodes.
Yeah.
The new TV show they were going to make from the movie didn't make it past the pilot. I'm going to give this 1 season, and then
it might be too smart for people. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be good. but I think it'll be beautiful, and I think it'll be well
Look it.
acted and created and executed. I just don't know if it's got
right.
the legs.
What are we coming back to after the break?
After the break, we're gonna watch Fallout, guys.
Nice.
We're gonna go back to the what do they call it? It's like basically a hellscape of radiation, and people still somehow survived, but with a 1950s aesthetic, which is interesting. So we'll be right back to watch Fallout after this real quick break.
And we're back. Are we back?
Yep.
That was fast.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it's pretty good. It's time travel. It's like
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Fallout, guys. This is one of the greatest video game series of all
The
time.
Wasteland. Sorry, Dan was correcting you in the chat. The
The Wasteland.
Oh,
Thank
the
you.
Wasteland.
Yeah, I was like Hellscape Wasteland. I couldn't remember. Fallout is a story of haves and have-nots in a world where there's almost nothing left to have. 200 years after the apocalypse, the gentle denizens of luxury Fallout shelters are forced to return to the irradiated hellscapes. There it goes. Their ancestors left behind, and are shocked to discover an incredibly complex, gleefully weird, and highly violent universe waiting for them. This is helmed, or I guess executive produced, by Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, who you may be familiar with from like Westworld.
Oh shit!
This has some pedigree behind it. This is also created by Geneva Robertson-Dworet. She penned Captain Marvel, the original movie, and Tomb Raider, which is interesting. So this stars Ella Purnell, Aaron Moten, and Walton Goggins, and several other people I didn't recognize.
Oh, I like Ella Purnell.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, this will be. I think she's perfect for this role. So let's check this out.
All right.
Let her rip.
Okay, pressing play.
Make it bigger, Daddy.
Okay.
That's
Pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
I can hit that note.
I know that
I thought that was the trailer for a second. I like the Popsy yellow.
I'm going out there.
Oh,
Don't
the blue.
do it.
She's so pretty. Don't do it. Please,
I know.
no.
You're gonna get a
Please.
third eye.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
You need to go home.
Okay.
Vault dwellers are
Oh, I
an
like the
endangered
color.
species. I do not
Ew,
That's a big
dude,
fucking
that looked like a
cockroach.
big
know
fucking...
what it takes to survive.
Gonna
up
dinks.
here.
Oh
Hail
no.
to the no.
It's tumbleweed.
If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah. Free 2-day shipping.
Great music. God, I want to get the app again.
Power over.
Oh boy.
I'm in, buddy. I'm in. I am so in.
A bright new sun will suddenly break.
Oh my God, is that the space shuttle? Or no, that's.
Oh boy.
You're missing a nose there, buddy.
Looks like that character
Wow.
from
Does he have an adult diaper on?
He-Man.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Has he got one eye?
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, that is him. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a gnarly bear. Whoa.
Oh, no, it's fingers. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Ew.
That's a cool airship.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd watch this right
nightmares
now.
of this.
I'd sit down and watch this right now.
Oh, so you see the apocalypse happen?
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
Was the fire practical?
That's terrifying.
Ooh, that's a nice logo.
No, yeah, it is.
That trailer gets an A+ for me. That was a well done
Pretty
trailer.
cool.
At every
Another
level.
another prime.
Another prime. Okay.
Got some bucks, spending some money.
This episode sponsored by Amazon.
No, I wish.
So does it come with, Amazon
It's
Prime?
a series, right? Not a movie.
It's a series, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. What did you guys think? TJ, you seemed to.
I love that.
you
That's my
enjoyed this.
jam, though. I just love that, those kind of movies, and the unexpected, and the weird bears, and the weird plants, and the giant cockroaches, and the
Yeah.
dystopian futures. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, I'm all over that. Everything about that was great. Good trailer with the music and then what they showed you, and you still want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, because you watched the game. But if you didn't play the game, if you didn't play the game, you know, it was still a well done trailer. You know, subtle on the suits. They did nothing heavy handed. Did you play the app and the game? Did you do both?
No, I just played the app because Felicia recommended it, and then I never played the game.
Did
yeah.
you guys play the game?
No, I didn't.
No, but I've hung out with my friend and he was playing it once, like in college, like so I kind of experienced it in that sense.
I love the app. Yeah, I'm all over this one. They've got a pedigree of people that made this thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in. Like, I'll watch it right now.
Nice.
Let's go. When's it coming out?
April 12th.
April.
Oh fuck! What a long time. to wait. Jesus Christ! Looks like you got enough to put a couple episodes out.
I know, right? Yeah, give us
We
two.
block shot this, so it's like the episode 10 is almost finished.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It makes me want to pick up the game and see what it's like first because I haven't played the game.
Yeah, same.
The console game.
Yeah, I've never played either the mobile or console game. So I'd like to see what that's about first. Without that, though, I don't know if I'd be super interested in this. It feels like a cowboys, you know, kind of in the wasteland post-apocalyptic thing, and it's not really my vibe. I don't get anything from the story. I don't really understand what's going on, but I feel like if you were fans of the game, you'd know. Like, you'd be like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, there's that thing.
Do you delete her?
There's a mute. I think
you mute her?
No, we're kidding.
Shut up, Grandpa. I don't know.
I go by Santa Claus this month.
No, sorry. Yes, of course, Santa. Do we say we say Santi in Ireland?
You do?
Yeah, they say Santi.
Well, that's cuter. I like that
To
one.
confuse the children?
No, like to say to the children, like, if you be bold, Santa won't come, or like, you know, Santa won't bring any presents.
Santi won't come?
Santi won't come, or Santi won't bring any presents. They put a Y on the end instead of an A. There you go.
What else do they do that to?
I don't know. Probably anything.
Things. Lots of things.
Pagany. Okay, Pagany. Any other comments?
No, that's all for me. It doesn't feel
So
like
you
very much
loved
a
it.
vibe, but it looks cool. It's well done. It's a well done trailer. It's just I'm not the target audience here.
Yeah.
Stephanie?
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
I mean,
Steffi's
it
got
looks-
a Y. Just kidding.
Hi.
Steffi.
Steffi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems interesting. I like the stylization a lot. And I know from what I've seen from the games, like it is heavily stylized and it's kind of quirky in some senses. And you've got, you know, I don't know, like I feel like they've tried to do that. I saw something recently because I don't play the games, but whatever that guy is who doesn't have the nose, whatever his character is called, they were talking about the evolution of how like I feel like this is more like Disneyfied, and then you've got like ones that are more grody and just like nasty, like you know, so like it's just very different design wise, I think. Like I saw that and I was like, he looks like Ryan Reynolds, like as Deadpool. Like
He kind of does. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, he does.
That's
just like a
interesting.
little
Like the
bit.
bad guy
Totally
from He-Man,
does.
I thought.
Like Skeletor.
Skeletor, yeah.
Oh,
to see like
shit.
what
Yeah.
like the radiation has done to people over 200 years. I think that's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
in the app, you're never really on the surface. You send people on the surface, but
And
you
they
don't know
come
what
back.
happens, and it's all about underground. And I
Yeah.
thought the movie was going to be more like, what's that? Wool. The book was called Wool. I don't know what the show was called, where everybody lived in these tunnels.
Oh,
And there are hundreds of
Oh, that's
floors.
Silo.
Silo.
I
The
haven't
book was
watched
called
that.
Wool. So I thought it was going to be a little bit like Silo, but they're concentrating more on what happens when you go out
Thank you. The
scavenging.
goals.
Well, the game is more like the console game
Is more on
is
the
more about
surface.
like you leave and you have to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is I think that's where the drama happens, right? You know, in this post-apocalyptic world. I think what I like most, I think what the game achieved, and I think we're getting hints of it in the trailer, but like the game had that like 1950s like retro
It did.
future vibe.
Mhm.
And there's something about that aesthetic. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Disneyland, and you go to Tomorrowland,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to have that
Carousel of Progress.
Yeah,
Fucking love that.
I
place.
used to like,
Love
man,
that.
I
That's the
love
first
that
place
like
I'd go to.
Jetsons sort of
Yeah, me too,
like
man. I love
future,
that.
like where they have like future things, but it feels very mod.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is, but that just like tickles a part of my brain where I just like, ooh, I want everything.
Me too.
So the fact that this kind of lives in that vibe, in that world, in that aesthetic is super interesting to me, and to see how they execute that on screen, I think will be very cool. I think the games too. Again, the app was very silly when I played the app. I don't know how silly the app is, but the tonality of this feels like there's a bit of silliness in it, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that even like one of the title cards, like from the studio that brought you The Boys and 2-day free shipping. I mean, it's like, it's not like there's a bit of a wink here, right? It's not taking itself too seriously. Does that appeal to you more? Or do you want a more serious apocalyptic thing?
No,
or are we in a?
I love the wink.
You like the wink?
like
Yeah.
the wink. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
like the wink because it kind of plays into the theme of the game in general. So it's like if you didn't do that, then it'd be like, "Ooh, this isn't Fallout."
Yeah,
probably to those
actually,
who play it.
Stark Evil Vash or Dan in the comments said that he thinks that it has the potential to be a better adaptation than The Last of Us.
Wow.
Strong
Those are some big
claims.
words.
Some
Well,
big words.
yeah. I mean, if you're a fan
can't
of
speak fully
the
to that.
game Last of Us, I'd say it's a mediocre adaptation, but
I thought it was an alright adaptation. I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good. I think it's the best one
listen,
so far. although I
the
haven't
best
seen
one so
Goggins,
far. The bar is pretty fucking low.
yeah, fair.
It just did some narrative things that are just
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think this looks. I mean, again, I haven't played the game, but like visually, it looked awesome. And I like the tone as well.
Yeah. I liked it.
I guess.
Looks good.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like I did a little bit of research. So like, I didn't realize this IP had been owned, like has like been passed down, like mostly because like something would buy something, like another game, like Interplay was bought, and then Bethesda. Thank you, Jesus, tough name. Is now the current owner and the current IP owner.
That's
but
right.
I guess this has been in the works to make a movie since like the 90s, right? Like when it like Fallout 2, I think, got really popular, and it never kind of caught traction until like obviously now. I think it was sort of like, A, how do we execute on something like this high budget, and then B, is there an audience for this like apocalyptic world with weird shit going on, right? Like in video game things, people always kind of put those like, yeah, sure, right? Just like comic books, movies, like, yeah, whatever. But now Amazon's here and they got the big pockets, and we're gonna finally get the adaptation, I guess, that we deserved. Or I mean, do you think this should have stayed in a video game format? Like, if that many people said no, like for like 20 years, or like no, like a lot of big studios passed on making this a reality, and Amazon's here saying like, let's give it a go.
Maybe though that had more to do with budget and scale, because Fallout is a huge game and it has like such a huge fan base and huge following, and then there's multiple versions of the game, and all this kind of stuff, and it's kind of like iconic in the fandom. So I think maybe people just got a bit intimidated by the size and scale and the cost of production, and then like you said, Amazon came in with big pockets and they're like, yeah, let's make it happen. So that's pretty cool. I wonder, like, was Todd Howard and like any of the creators or any of the video game creators of Fallout, like 76 or anything like that, were they involved in the making of this?
Let me look at producers on IMDb. I can. They're not listed at the top.
Like, it looks like even for somebody who hasn't played the game, it does look like the creators of the game were probably fans of Fallout. I just don't have any frame of reference, I'm afraid, to like give you more than that. It does look like they were. Todd Howard was in the credits, Dan, but it just seemed to be like inspired by, but I'm not sure if he's
Todd Howard is an executive producer.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I think that's kind of cool. I like that there's more video game creators getting involved with the adaptations, because I think that's what made The Last of Us really stand out very well.
Yeah.
I don't know, like JGM Shadow Games in the chat also mentioned Arcane being one of the peak adaptation of TV series based on a video game, in his opinion, or their opinion, sorry. And I just think that, like, that's a good point. And I wonder if anybody from Riot Games was involved in that either, or from League of Legends.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen Arcane. Where's Arcane out right now?
Arcane is on Netflix.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's an
On
animated
Netflix?
series that came out, I think, a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, anime's different though. Like,
Animation is different, I would agree.
I think if you were to when you adapt a video game into anime, I think that's a more 1-to-1. Like you're able to do things and build that world and show things, where live action is just a much harder way to execute a video game idea typically.
Well, and it comes all down to the writing, and like that was the one thing. Like I started The Last of Us and I made it like almost all the way through, and then I lost HBO, but like I lost interest. Like I was just like, there's not enough story to really drive. Like I didn't make it to like or whatever his name is, Nolan's character's Bill. Like I didn't get it to that. Like I was just coming up on that episode, so I think that might have shifted things for me. But
it was like episode 4.
I don't know.
Interesting, you didn't get through it.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's a good.
I like some of it. I think I found myself bored a little
season,
bit.
Right?
Yeah. It's already.
And Caitlin
filmed.
Dever has been
That's what my
cast as
gossip's
Abby,
about.
which I think is a fucking boss ass move, because when you see Abby for the first time, I thought Caitlin Dever was the actress for Abby originally.
Oh, interesting.
So Caitlin Dever now, I believe, is either been cast or is like front runner to be cast as Abby.
I think she was cast. I think
she was cast.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's
Protect
what I
that
heard
girl at
too.
all costs. Don't fucking go after her for doing shit to Pedro Pascal.
I think she's an incredible actress, and obviously she has Naughty Dog, pedigree. She played the daughter on Uncharted, in Uncharted 4. So I think she was sort of like already had like she had a good shot. I'm not sure I see Abby in her right now, but I mean, listen, I've seen body transformations happen that are incredible. So I think she's up to the challenge.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that'll be very cool. I think this will be interesting. I think Fallout will be a good litmus test to see if these types of adaptations are going to continue to be like on a level. And the fact that Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy are like helming this thing, like it doesn't get like, it's even like that pedigree to me. Like Westworld was an incredible creative achievement. Like if you watch that show and you actually like went from season 1 all the way to I think 4 or 5 when it finally ended, like how that show changed and the things they were able to do. I mean, go watch that show. It's a marvel. It's really fascinating how narratively and like how it's shot and the things they were able to do. I've never seen before on TV. So if you're a fan of like production and writing, like go watch that show. It's
Did
fascinating.
they remove it
incredible.
off of HBO?
Westworld?
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
What's that?
Oh, it's not on HBO anymore. They took it off.
Westworld's not?
No.
I
could be wrong.
Provider.
Oh really? I don't know. They're removing a lot of things. You know what? Someone else will pick it up. Like Netflix will get it or something. Disney's doing that too. They're taking things off their Disney Plus.
Well, they always use the full shit.
And putting it on
Netflix. Just put a whole bunch of DC stuff on there. I was going through it.
They're all going to start sharing shit because they all have to make money.
Wonder Woman. I was like, holy shit.
It does say that Westworld is like, there's a section of the HBO website that's still dedicated to Westworld. So possibly, and apparently
I don't know.
Season 1 is on Prime Video.
I saw the first 2 seasons, then I stopped.
It gets like season 3, I think, or I think it's 3. It like becomes a completely different show, and it's fascinating.
After they escape.
Huh?
Escape.
Like it like turns into like you actually like fast forward, and it's like you're in a different like it's really cool. And the way they did that narratively is fascinating. So just the fact that they're helming to me makes this makes me really excited to see it. I think we're all kind of jazzed to kind of check this out. I'm like with Pagan, I kind of want to play the game, even though it's like kind of open world and I ain't got fucking time for that shit.
The app's a time suck.
Dude, I can't stop that. Those games that have no ending, like it's like one of those building games. You just keep getting resource. Like I can't.
I'm playing a toilet game right now, and I just got to stop. It's just like this is mindless.
I have to have something that I can complete and then be like, yay. Otherwise,
I think that it's over feeling like you got a good book and you finish it.
No,
like,
I need that completionist. There's like a completionist in me that has
See, that's
to,
me with the
Sims like story-based
building.
games.
That's
Yeah, same. I mean, obviously you can complete Fallout, but the open world, like Fallout 4, I believe, is when they kind of really initiated the open world. And like that shit, like those things scare me, right?
People are still streaming that, like for years.
Because I'm like PJ, like I'll see something shiny and I'll be like, I'm on my mission. I'm on my shiny, and it's like a side mission that takes like 4 hours to complete, and I'm like,
Same
Well,
with
there
Witcher
goes that.
3, same with Skyrim,
Yeah.
Oblivion, like that shit.
Oh man,
I can't
Red
play those
Dead,
games 'cause
all
I will
those.
die. I'll just die at my computer. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
I would just never leave again.
I don't get sleep. I
No,
like
nothing
my
would happen
kid
to
will
me,
hate
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Good
Well, we
rough.
actually have time today. We actually have
Ooh.
time to jump into what do we recommend? Our favorite section every week, I think,
Great section.
because PJ's
Who's going
nodding.
first? I watched that new Julia Roberts movie on Netflix.
Who's going first? I watched. Thanks.
How was
PJ. Thanks
it?
for volunteering.
Oh, I see.
It was really good. It was
Yeah?
entertaining. The ending, Skylar didn't like the ending. It was a little too
Which
abrupt
one?
for her. It's called the
Leave
end
the
of
World
the world.
Behind.
Or Leave the
Oh,
world
that was going to
behind.
be my reco.
Oh yeah,
I liked
Aw.
Look at you guys.
we
You're
can
such a
record together.
couple.
I kind of like that
Aw.
one. The characters were annoying enough so that like you kind of
Yeah.
like Julia Roberts really played a Karen,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
and the daughter was a little annoying, but the dynamic, it was well done movie. I just thought it was well done. It was entertaining, put it that way.
Oh, yeah. The way Sam Ishmael, the way he shot things, and the way
Those
he
push-ins,
yeah, and
with
but
that
the
music,
and the editing between 2 or 3, there's sometimes 2 or 3 moments that are happening simultaneously, and he would cut between them, and they're all
Oh,
like
nice.
tension, like high tension moments,
Mhm.
and you're just sitting there like, holy, like you're just like you could feel your butt pucker, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
what's
got
gonna
it.
happen?
Oh,
He
wow.
did an excellent job of
And
like
there's-
harnessing this tension over a 2-hour
Nice.
movie.
like there's points I was like, put the camera back, turn the camera back over there.
Yeah.
What's over there?
Yeah. And there's a moment with deer that is just unsettling. Like you're
Yeah.
watching
Oh,
and
I've
you're
heard
like,
about
that is
that.
unsettling.
Yeah, and never explained.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
want to watch
Well,
this
I
one.
don't think
seems
it needs
like
an
a very
explanation,
unsettling
but-
film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it
good.
does,
It's
from
worth
what
to
I've read,
watch.
it sounds very unsettling. I kind
It's-
of spoiled it for
it's-
myself. Because I wasn't sure if I
Oh
was
no,
gonna watch it.
Stephanie!
So
no.
I was like,
Steph.
so I was like, you know what? I want to see.
It's worth
but
it,
then I was,
Steph. It's worth it.
Aw.
because I'm not a scary movie kind of person. So I
There's
was like,
You'll
I
watch
don't know,
it
but
anyway
there's
now.
I was reading about somebody complained about a plot hole in it, and it was the stupidest plot hole I've ever seen. And it was this isn't a spoiler, but the kid is into Friends,
Yeah.
and it was like, well, how could she watch Friends? Because Julia Roberts did a guest appearance on it once.
Oh wow.
Come on,
Jesus.
you're really nitpicking. Get off that couch
That
and
is
get
a very
outside.
I
it's
know.
a very nitpicky thing because it's like, well, if this world exists, if the
Right.
world
Yeah.
exists where
Then-
Friends exists, then Julia Roberts exists as an actor,
It's
and
just-
they all exist as actors. Yeah,
Right.
I understand it from like a creative point, but at the same time, I'm like, just let it go. Like,
Yeah.
Like, don't,
Let it
like
go.
think about other things.
I know. Yeah.
think about the fact that
Think
Julia
about other
Roberts
things.
isn't actually Julia Roberts in the story. So where they are
Exactly.
watching a
Right,
Julia
yeah.
Roberts
Exactly.
cameo is actually not Julia Roberts in the story. She's just a very good looking.
no,
It,
the mom
it
could have been an
still
actress.
be- Yeah. I mean, it could still be a slightly different reality where someone else played in Friends and it wasn't Julia
Facts.
Roberts in
Yeah,
that
true.
reality.
Or she is a
Right.
twin that looks like her. Kind
Yeah,
of, you
anything.
know?
It would have been
you could
interesting
just
if they
stretch
actually
the realms of reality right
If they
there.
showed that shot.
Well, no, it'd be interesting if they showed Friends, but it wasn't like Ross and Rachel that we know. It's like other
Yeah.
actors playing Ross
That
and
would've
Rachel.
been
Like
good.
that would have been great because then you're
Yeah,
like,
that
oh,
would've
that's
been good.
funny.
That
You know, like
would've been
when they
It's
do those
Friends
kind of things.
ordered on Wish. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
What do you have, ladies?
Oh boy.
I have
Peggy?
two. I have the first one that I'm going to recommend is an oldie but a goodie. It's The Return of the King from the Lord of the Rings series. It's the last in the trilogy. It is its 20th anniversary this week. So
Wow.
it's just one of the best films ever. It's probably my favorite film. It's just so
Yeah, I gotta watch that
frickin' good. So I highly recommend getting onto like a little Lord of the Rings trilogy marathon, if you will. If you know the story,
Hell
obviously,
yeah.
and you've seen all of them before, just rewatch The Return of the King again for its 20th anniversary. It's really good. Great and beautifully shot. And the second one is a very well-known streamer, Pokimane or Iman. She's actually released a podcast today, and it's called Don't Tell Anyone, and it's more of a personal take on like popular topics or like personal topics to herself and things that she's just never spoken about online before. And it's sort of like a deep dive into, I guess, what she's feeling or her thoughts or, you know, specific feelings on topics around streaming, being a woman, content, beauty standards, etc. And that released today. So I'm very excited to see that and like listen to that and get going on that because I love her content. So that's what I want to recommend.
Is it out yet?
It's
the
the podcast
podcast?
today and it has just been released. Only a couple hours ago.
Oh, cool. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
That would be interesting. I mean, she brings a lot of like it's like every day in the news that there's like some controversy
around her. Yeah.
And whether she's in the controversy or just a part of it or I don't know. It's always fascinating. I think that's just part of that streamer world where there's always some I want to call it like fake thing happening. Like
it gets views.
Right. They kind of
I think people like to put her name in their mouth negatively for clout. And any controversy recently that's been surrounding her isn't controversy that has anything to do with her at all. It's more like anything that she's probably missaid or like misunderstanding, she's handled very well and apologized for. But recently, it'll be stuff like people attacking her for no reason, for like making a podcast or making a video about a certain thing. And it's a bit weird, honestly. But I think stuff that she's had in the past or whatever, like she's owned up to and handled well and apologized for.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I kind of like respect her for that. And she's not even 30. Like, this woman is just an incredible powerhouse of business, social media, and content creation. And I just think, like, she's just a very interesting.
I respect anybody that can do that.
Yeah. And I guess that was my point. I think the podcast is an interesting medium because you hear her without seeing her. And I think that for her as an artist, because I think she's a gorgeous, she's beautiful, right? So I think a lot of people discount her for her intelligence or who she is because they see her, and I think it'll be interesting to hear her tell her side of things or whatever, and from an audio standpoint, and not seeing that, like seeing her in a Twitch or like that environment, because you immediately discredit somebody in that environment. I think so. I think it'll be fascinating. I think that's a fascinating move by her, and I think that's very smart.
Yeah, I think it's smart too. She's done a lot of podcasts in the past, like she's guest starred on them, and she's always just been really interesting to listen to. So I'm really happy that she started her own. It's called Don't Tell Anyone, and it's on I believe Spotify and Apple Podcasts right now.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out. Kill.
Yay.
Yeah. And
what do you got, Steffi?
Mine's also a 2. So I finally watched Miss Marvel because been wanting to see the Marvels. So I'm like, gotta watch Miss Marvel before you see that, and I absolutely loved it.
It's awesome, right?
It's really great. I love how quirky it is. I love how she's very much like, I feel like what Peter Parker was when he first kind of came, especially into like this Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, he's young, he's hasn't been tarnished yet by all of like the world and all the ugliness that we saw come. So for her, she's like, I love especially in like, I think it was the first episode, like they're using the world around her and like drawing in things that were like animating on the walls, or like the lights would change like neon signs. So like stylistically, this show is really well done, just creating this world. And like as like a teenage girl, like daydreaming and stuff, I'm like, I can relate to that. Like that was me. Like, so it's like, I totally loved all of that. So I'm excited to see like her story evolve more. And I like the lore that we're kind of creating too for the current Marvel universe. And then the second one is Netflix is the Blue-Eyed Samurai. I absolutely loved that.
Oh,
can't
very
wait
good.
to see that. I know, it's on my list.
I binged it, and then I was mad at myself for finishing it so quickly.
It's so good. It's so good.
There was like a little sneak like of like Metallica music that like kind of threw me off, and I was like, oh, I was like, shit's about to go down.
I could watch that all over again. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Well done.
So I highly recommend.
Well,
they just announced season 2. I think a trailer for season 2.
I'm surprised you haven't watched it. It's so your jam.
I know it is, and
to.
I just haven't. It's time. It's honestly just time.
It's great. It's animation. It's got a lot of adult, like aspects to it. But it's the animation
is really good. It's really good.
And the actors, like the cast is excellent too. So highly recommend.
All right. Thank you.
Nice.
Take us home, Drew.
Also, M488 Thunderbird, have any of you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I personally have not.
No, what's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
It sounds interesting.
Who is JoJo?
We started to watch it.
Oh, really?
Fargo
where is
S5
it?
with Juno Temple and John Hamm has been very
Holy
good
shit,
as well.
yeah, Fargo.
I
I can't wait to watch that series is phenomenal.
I would purely just watch for John.
Every season is just like chef's kiss. I don't know how they continue to make incredible television like that, but it's so good.
Are each seasons different?
Yes,
Oh,
it's a
okay,
different.
okay.
It's in the same world, like some characters will kind of pop in and out, but it's yeah
I've never
different.
watched it. You're talking the TV series? Is
Yeah,
it
the
good?
Fargo
Yeah.
TV
I'll
series,
give it a
like
try.
it's so good.
I just remember Frances
season one's
McDormand
great,
being
and then it
nominated
just
for it once, but then I didn't know
yeah,
if
it
she
just
was still in.
continues to
Okay.
level up, and they bring in new like it's always some like Ewan McGregor was in one, like I mean they just
I think
continue
Chris
to bring
Rock
in.
did one too.
Yeah,
at one
Chris
point,
Rock
didn't he?
was last season.
That's cool.
It's so good. It's so smart. It's just like really smart television. Yeah, so that'll do it for today. Thanks, PJ. Thank you, Pagan. Thank you, Stephanie, for joining today. We're getting close to Christmas. Next week will be our last episode until we usually take Christmas off, and then usually most of January while we refocus and get our energy and plan for the new year. So definitely check us out next week. We'll have something special.
Bring your eggnog.
And bring your eggnog. I'll wear my Santa hat as we get ready
festive.
for Christmas. Yeah, keep it festive, absolutely. And as always, if you want to support this show and support CouchSoup, please do so. When you support CouchSoup, you support creators and writers of the channel. We are independent. This is not like some funded thing by some conglomerate.
We funded.
Yeah.
So wait a second. Don't throw me under the bus so fast, buddy.
Yeah.
We fund
Daddy
this.
funds it. Daddy's pockets fund it, but he's poor as shit. So
that's why it's so
don't listen to
thin.
him. So please support. Please go to couchsoup.com. Become a member. If you want to join for free, you can. There's free options, but there are also paid options as well with some really cool perks. So go check that out if you have time. And then also while you're there, check out some of our really cool articles. Guys, there's an article that came out today. I know we're running just slightly over, but I just want to hit. There's an article today that is incredible. Go check it out. It's about Snake Plissken, or not Snake Plissken, Solid Snake from the Metal Gear games is going to be a character in the new Fortnite, but they flattened his ass, y'all. Like he's got a flat ass. They got to bring his booty back.
Nice booty in Metal
He's
Gear.
got a good booty. Bring back Snake's hard booty, buddy. So go check out that article. It's incredible. It's about bringing the thick back,
bringing the booty
to Solid
back,
Snake. So go check that. We got awesome stuff like that constantly coming out every day. New articles every day. And then on our incredible shows, Screen Smash is every week. It's off this week. Next week, check it out. I think they're going to be doing best of the game. Best games of the year, handing out fake awards from what I understand. The Smashies, maybe.
We love it.
I don't know.
We love the Smashies.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. That'd be
and then Atlas Terminal, I think, comes back at the end of the year as well. So 2 shows, and then we have Trailer Talk that's in your ears every week wherever you listen to podcasts as well. And at the final show, I want to give a shout out. It's on fire everywhere. Is our Watching Now Monarch recap, Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Those guys are crushing it right now. It's getting tons of views, tons of love as a podcast. If you want it, if you're interested in Monarch, if you're interested in the Monsters of Godzilla, these guys, go check them out. They're bringing it. They're giving it to you real. They're breaking down each episode. So please check that out as a podcast, or you can also catch it here on YouTube if you're watching this live. And that'll do it, guys. Thank you for everybody for joining, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.